be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming free the fam, they coming home now. All this up on my, I got up now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, oh, like the boy, you get no love, you get stand 10 toes down. My go down, rats can't fold down. My your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the fourth down. We on the hunt, we want more now. Real from the jump, we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA, all up in my face. I don't go nowhere without my brothers, that's my gang. And all up in my space, just getting in the way. I got like 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? And I got...
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors control the tap. Can't connect from in close. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. From long range. His first effort off the mark. Lowry with it. Leads a bucket. To Van Vliet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Driving right to the basket. Well done, Kyle Lowry. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Lowry has the basketball. Knocked loose. Knicks come away with it. Payton. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Toronto has the basketball. sizing up the defense. So Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Fires the three. The Knicks secure the rebound. Oh, big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Gasol. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Lowry to Van Vliet. To Gasol. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Stuffs it down with authority.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lowry into the front court. Down 5. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Baseline drive. And the basket good at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Van Vliet. Probing the defense. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Lets it fly from long range. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Payton. Gets to the basket and scores.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Right now, down 7. To Van Vliet. Gasol shot off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Gasol. Knocked loose. Knicks have it. 4-3. And it's Gasol with the rebound. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Lowry into the front court. They trail by 7. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Payton. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. The free throw good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Ibaka. Knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. Five to shoot for Toronto. Siakam, strong finish. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good. Siakam to Ibaka. Oh, he had it. Has a look. Doesn't get the bounce. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Joe Johnson has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. First try at the line, no good. Misses the second as well. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Moutier here against Joe Johnson. To Nowitzki. Here comes the screen. Wide open look, won't go. To Taj Gibson. Curling inside, Moutier. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Nice pass to set things up.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Deep left corner.
Three.
Here's Nowitzki, down low. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Moutier. Nothing going here on that drop. Stuffs it down with authority.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down to help the defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
To Ibaka. Shot clock winding down. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
That's me. I got ball.
That'll get out off the Raptors. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Stepping in for the Raptors, number 43, Pascal Siakam.
To Kevin Knox. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Beyond the arc for three. Those shots today have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Gibson. To Ntilikina. Fires the three. Frank Ntilikina with that long reach extends for the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Scores from the post.
The assist from number 10,
We're through one here at Madison Square Garden with the Knicks on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Ntilikina to Kevin Knox. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Kevin Knox forced that one. Well defended. To Lowry.
Green, get over, get over.
The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. For 3. Can't connect. It's no good. To Julius Randle. Around the perimeter. To Kevin Knox. Knocks knocks it down from mid-range.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Lowry has the basketball. Here comes the screen. Fred VanVleet. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Short jumper off the mark. Lowry with it. His guys down big. To Ibaka. Mitchell Robinson. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Count the basket at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Kevin Knox from long range. Well defended. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To VanVleet. Nothing going here on that drive. Fred VanVleet. Serge Ibaka, 2 of 4 now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Kevin Knox. Fires the 3. Won't go down.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. To VanVleet. Here comes the screen. Fred VanVleet. Knocked loose. Knicks come away with it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Randall to Kevin Knox. Lets it fly from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
So we ask that all smoking take place in the designated areas located outside of the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Lowry. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Pascal Siakam at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Free throws good to cap off the 3-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Moutier into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Count the bucket for 2.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Lowry to VanVleet. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Knicks with the basketball.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
To Kevin Knox. Flushes it home. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Cruises inside for two.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender did.
4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Moutier. To Kevin Knox. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Iguodala to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Here's a chance from long range, and Randall right there to take in the rebound. And finishes strong.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Julius Randle swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Payton. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want.
It's me, I got it. Everybody pick up, D.
Knocks it down off the step back.
I don't really care that Fred VanVleet finished third in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Cashes in for two.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Payton into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. That pass taken away by Toronto. Nowitzki. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Andre Iguodala at the line for 2 shots. 71% for his career. Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Layup goes down. Well done.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Ibaka. Fred VanVleet. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
To Payton. And that one is out. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Fred VanVleet. That'll get out off the Raptors. Possession lies with New York. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Takes stock of the...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Off the assist.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And hits the first free throw.
For New York, number 55.
Goes 2 for 2. Ellington sizing up Iguodala. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Bobby Portis.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Pascal Siakam to VanVleet. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Won't go. Cleans it up. Serge Ibaka. He's now 4 for 6.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
New York Knicks basketball.
Get down. Half court, hands up.
Payton.
Hands up, you got him.
Gets it in the right corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the left corner. And stuffs it home. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Here comes the screen.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Fred VanVleet, deep right corner. Baseline drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. To Payton.
Here we go. I got him. We got your help. Cut it.
Andre Iguodala rejects it. Raptors keep possession.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Fred VanVleet. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Pascal Siakam trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front. Here just before the break. New York in control of the basketball. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. That misses with 2 seconds to go. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Knicks are up after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scores for the New York Knicks. The Raptors were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Blocks.
The New York Knicks came to play today, and the opposition knows it. All these blocks are more than just rejections. They're statements.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Payton with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Down to Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Payton. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
So Lowry, Wayne Ellington, snatching it out of the air. Mitchell Robinson, tips it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Lowry to Van Vliet. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Beyond the arc for 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
Push it.
To Payton. It goes down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Has a look. The shot by Lowry misses. To Payton. And count the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To Payton. Fires the 3. Hand at his face. No problem for Elfrid Payton.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys down big. That's out. Last touch by Julius Randle. Lowry knocked loose. Knicks have it. Add 2 points to the board. Iguodala to bring it up. Down a bundle. To Van Vliet. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Mitchell Robinson able to recover with the... Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Shot clock violation. Payton.
Yep, I got him. Here we go.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Free throws coming up.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Andre Iguodala, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no in this contest. First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Ooh,